All right, we're going to take a look at Teresa Brown's book review of Hunger because I really want you to model the structure of this essay. So the first thing that we look at is her introduction. She spends 2 paragraphs on her introduction, these first 2 paragraphs. So in the first one, she provides a little anecdote that relates to the topic of the book. So for her, she's using something that she experienced at work that relates to the topic of the book. And then in this second paragraph of the introduction, she focuses in on what she's going to be talking about in this particular review. So this sentence here is transitioning into what or why she's reading the book. Then she gives us the information on the author and the book. And then this is basically a thesis statement. So in this unsettling book, Gay recounts a horrific childhood trauma that altered her life and led her to become super morbidly obese. So this is, there's a little bit of opinion there, which there should be, because this is your thesis statement for a book review. So you're sharing your opinion. And we're going to be talking about this book all the way through. So these are some great examples of what to include in your introduction. A hook, which is what grabs your reader into the reading of this review. And for her, it was an anecdote. This is one of my favorite ways of grabbing people into the book. And then here is where we focus. I'm going to pause. Okay, so let's now move further down into the book. So the next 3 paragraphs are actually the summary of the book. So that is a natural next step, is to summarize what the book is about. Now you'll notice that she includes several things in her summary, which I think that you should try to do as well. She includes some specific examples, so she quotes the book, which is great. I think that any time that you can go back and look at those moments that were really meaningful for you, that really brought the theme or the big ideas of the book out to you, you should be able to share those with the reader. So that is a great thing to do. I also think that you could include some words that let the reader know how you feel about the book. So throughout the summary, she does some things like this. She explains in 6 short, chilling sentences. So there's a little bit of her opinion coming through there that lets the reader know what she is feeling and how she felt while she was reading that book. So that is a great thing to do as well. So throughout your summary of the book, it's going to be brief because you only have 500 words. It's a long book to summarize in this short amount of space. So you really have to pull those moments out. What were the most meaningful moments for you? Okay. So next, I'm going to erase this here. The next thing we're going to look at is her critical analysis. So this is really the piece that really focuses on your opinion. So for Brown and her reading of this book, she talks about how it affected her and how it changed her. So this is a great thing for you to do. So is this book worth reading? Is it going to have an impact for you, and how might it impact you? So that's how you want to think about the immortal life of Henrietta Lacks. So you want to think about is it worth other students and faculty to read, and what might they gain from it? And then as you close, so that part was the critical analysis, and then as you close, this is her conclusion, you always want to look at that big idea. So while reading the book might be important for a greater understanding of a certain topic, in particular, Brown points out that that's not enough, so there needs to be change. So you want to relate the topic of the book and what you learned and why, if it was worth reading, why it was worth reading, to then what the reader needs to do with that and keep in mind as they move into their student world or their professional world. So this is a great piece that has us the reader take with them what they need to keep in mind. And then you'll notice at the end there is a little picture of the author and a little bio. And I would love for you to do the same thing. So just taking a look, we just broke it down. So I would love for you to include all of those pieces in your review. But I also want this to not be in APA format. So let's take a look at just what this looks like. So we have 2 columns here. So this was just as I would like you to do it. I want you to have a title at the top, and I want it to have these 2 columns, and I would really love you to put in a picture of yourself and a little bio down at the bottom. So hopefully you will be able to fill up those 2 columns with your 500 words, and then put your bio at the bottom. All right, hopefully that explains what you are to do in your book review. If you have any questions, please let me know.